What's up everyone, Mike Burke here with Inside Real Estate Photography, and in this video we're going to take a look at editing exterior real estate photos. Alright, so here I have a set of bracketed HDR exterior photos of a house I shot recently, and I'm just going to take you through the process here and show you how I would typically edit these type of images. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into Lightroom and get started. Alright guys, so here we are in Lightroom. I've already imported my images here. There are 4 images, bracketed, 5 brackets, 2 stops apart. These are not all the images I shot for this exterior shoot. This is just 4 images out of the set. I figure that'll be enough just to show you my process and for you to get the idea, because it'll get pretty repetitive after that and I don't want to bore you to death. So the first thing I'll do here is I'm going to select all my images, and I need to merge these images into an HDR image. In order to do that, the first step is I'm going to control click on these, and I'm going to go to stacking and then go to auto stack by capture time. And I have this set to 5 seconds, so what that will do is group and stack every image that have been shot within 5 seconds of each other. And since these are bracketed shots, they were shot and fired off within a few seconds, so they'll know which photos go together into a stack. So I'll hit stack, and you'll see it stacked my 4 images here. And the next thing we need to do is merge them. So you can merge your images in Lightroom. I'm not a big fan of how Lightroom merges photos. I use this plugin instead called Infuse, and I will link to that down in the description so you can get that if you need to or want to. I prefer the way Infuse merges images over Lightroom. All right, so once you have installed that plugin, you would just go to File and then go to Plugin Extras, and then you're gonna go to Blend Exposures using LR Infuse. So I'm gonna hit that, and it'll bring up the Infuse dialog box here. Configuration, I don't change anything. Auto align, I don't change anything. Infuse, I don't change anything. Output, I do change a couple things here. I have batch mode selected, create blended images selected. I add the appendage HDR so I can search for those images if I need to and pull them up in Lightroom very easily. And re-import image into Lightroom, stack with originals. Yeah, that's basically it. So I'm just gonna hit Infuse Images and let this do its thing. All right, so Infuse has finished merging the images, and I have them here. These are the merged images. So I'm just gonna grab these and I'm gonna hit Control N and make a new collection. We'll just call this Exteriors, and I'll hit Create. So here we have our 4 images, and let's get started on the editing. So just select this first image. I'm gonna go to the Develop module. So you see Infuse, it gives you a pretty flat looking image. It's pretty gray, washed out, but we're gonna add all the contrast and stuff back in. I like to start by hitting the Auto key just as a starting off point. Some people would like to just do it from scratch. I'm gonna just add a little exposure here. I'm gonna bring down my highlights, bring up my shadows a bit. I'm gonna bring our blacks down, definitely. I'm gonna add more contrast into this for sure. Something around there. It's starting to look how it should. And I'm gonna bring up our clarity. I'm usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 on the clarity. So that was before, and that's where we're at now. It's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna add some saturation into this. I'll take the luminance slider and see if I can get the grass looking a little bit more how I like it. Change the hue maybe too a little bit. A little less yellow, more green looking. That's good. Take the saturation down on like some of the yellows. Just a tad. Crop in on this, I think, a little bit. Something like that. You could also go to the transform module and do auto. I'm gonna straighten out some of your lines if they're a little off, your verticals and stuff. So you can get away with it if it's a little off. It's not that noticeable. It's not like interiors where, it's very obvious if your verticals are off. There's some little leaves down here, so I'll take the spot tool and just kind of go around here and get rid of some of these leaves. Clean it up a little bit. And then the last thing I want to do, I'm not happy with this sky because it's a little gray and kind of uninteresting. So what we're gonna do is control click on the image, and I'm gonna go to edit in Luminar-4. I use Luminar-4 to make sky replacements. I actually made another video on that. I'll link to it up on the screen right now. It's such a great tool for sky swaps. It's really like a click of the button. You'll see if you're not familiar, you'll see in a second how it's done. So you just go to Creative tab here, then Sky Replacement. And so we have some clouds in the sky, so we don't want it to be clear blue or anything. But let's see what we got here. No, not that. That. So you want it to look somewhat like it should, obviously. I like that one. The sun is coming in and out of clouds, and that's kind of the type of day it was, so that should fit and look fairly natural. The only thing I'm going to do is, you'll see, like, you can see some bleed here on the trim. There's some blue, and I just take a brush tool here, and then I go to erase and make this bigger, and I just run over my image here to get any blue bleed or overlap. Make sure I get rid of that. Watch the edges though, because like I just did there, you see, like, you don't want fringing like that happening, so you just paint it back in. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm gonna hit apply. All right, so now we're back in Lightroom. We have our sky in here. This was the original image. So you see, much more interesting looking now with that sky in there. So we don't need this one anymore. I'm just gonna delete that. And we're gonna move on to this next image. Again, I'm gonna hit auto to start out. I'll bring my highlights down here. Exposure a little bit. Shadows up a little bit. This needs some major contrast going on here. Bring our blacks down. I'm going to add some clarity in here. It's a little over contrasted now. And I always like to bounce back to my, previous image and compare, just to see, we want a consistent look across our images, obviously. This looks like it needs maybe to drop in temp a little bit. Pretty close. I think that we're looking pretty good. I'm going to add some saturation into this. Again, there's the grass. Bring the luminance down. Make it look a little more lush, a little less yellow on the hue. That matches pretty nicely. So here we have before and where we're at right now. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. The verticals on this look all right. I don't need to do that. I might crop in on this a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, like that. And we're just gonna swap this sky out again to, because it's, to match the other one, and it's not super interesting. So let's go back to Luminar-4. So we'll go to the Creative tab here again in Luminar, Sky Replacement. We're going to use that same number 3 sky that we used before. And again, I'm just going to take my brush here and go to Erase, and I'm just going to go over these. Brighten these up. And boom, that looks great. I'll hit apply. So you see how fast Luminar is. Just swap the sky out. It's just really awesome. Pretty much click of a button, just kind of brush it up a little bit and you're good to go. So there's our new sky in Lightroom, and there's our old sky. We'll take this out of our collection and move on to this next image. So you can see how fast this flow can be. We're not doing anything too intense here editing wise. You want to kind of breeze through these. So again, I'm gonna hit auto here, and I'll bring up the contrast quite a bit. We're in the neighborhood of that. Highlights down, shadows up a little bit, blacks down a little bit. Put a little clarity in here. Add some saturation back in. And I'm gonna check with the previous image, see how kind of we're looking here. It's looking pretty good. Again with the grass, take the luminance slider here, maybe bring that down a little bit. Hue. Oh, on the green side, like that. So one thing I might do here is, this grass is a little splotchy looking. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. You could do grass replacement or something like that. I do have a video on that as well. I'll link that up onto the screen right now. But you could just take a quick over into Photoshop and just kind of patch some of this up. All right, so here we are on Photoshop. I'm just gonna take the clone stamp tool and try and clean some of this up. Looks like dog pissed all over this lawn or something like that. So just kind of, you know, I'm not gonna go crazy here, but you get the idea. I'm, you know, just clean it up a little bit. You know, this is a little thing, but you know, you don't necessarily have to do this, but it makes a difference for sure. So I'm not gonna sit here making this spick and span, but you get the idea. You know, you can spend more time on this if you wanted to, but you know, it just cleans it up a little bit. So I'll save that. So, you know, that was the lawn before, and this is the changes we made. You know, it's less splotchy looking now, a little bit better looking. I'm just showing you the things that I would do while I would edit these exterior photos. These are the type of things that you know, I would do. So, and again, we're gonna swap this sky out. So again, we'll just pop over to Luminar-4 really quick. All right, so we'll go to the Creative tab again, and Sky Replacement. We'll do our Blue Sky 3. Let's take our brush again. Erase. Let's go over this stuff. The foreground here. All right, that looks great. I will apply that. All right, so back in Lightroom, we have our new sky in here, and here's it before. You know, much better looking. We'll take that out of our collection. All right, let's do this last image here. Again, I'll hit auto. Get our highlights down for sure. Add quite a bit of contrast in. Shadows. This is overexposed a little bit. Exposure down a little bit here. Somewhere around there. Black's down. Our clarity in here. We're in there. Shadows up a little bit. We'll put some saturation back into this. One thing I like to do here when I have a pool, I'll just take the luminance slider here and just bring this down. See here, that makes that pool pop. Gives it a little bit more intense color. Again, we're gonna swap this sky out to match the others. So Luminar-4 again, Creative tab, Sky Replacement, Sky 3. Take my brush again, clean this up. All right, that looks good. I will apply that. All right, we're back in Lightroom here. We got our new sky back in here, and here's the previous. This sky wasn't too bad. If they all look like this, I might have kept it. You know, most of them are gray and washed out, so I wanted to make it a little more interesting. It makes a big difference. I like to go back after I edit all my images, because after you take a break from an image and go back, sometimes you notice things that you didn't notice the first time around. So I would just kind of go back to the beginning and go through these one more time. Make sure they look consistent, because you definitely want consistency from one image to the next. You don't want to have different color temperatures and different looks to every photo. You want it to be consistent. So these all look pretty consistent to me. I'm happy with that. I would just select all these and then go to export. You know, I would choose my folder and desktop, editing, exterior photos. You know, typically I would name this the address, 123 Main Street, we'll say, and we'll choose that. And most of the time I would rename them to custom name sequence, the address, 123 Main Street, and it'll be -1, -2, etc. And I limit the file size. 7,000 kilobytes is good, or 7 megabytes, because if you export them at full resolution, your clients will be calling you to complain that they can't upload them to MLS because they're too big. So you don't want to keep the file sizes down. And I do output sharpening for screen, standard amount, and then we will export these and take a look at them. Alright guys, I hope this video gave you some insight on how I would typically go through the motions of editing exterior photos for a shoot. If you did like this video and found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also enable those notifications so you can find out when I post new videos. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one.